example, aggressive mode, they really want to have low cooldown, run at you fighting heroes with a carry that can also participate in early fights. That is currently their bread and butter. When they pick anti-mage, they do nothing, for example. So I'm very happy with the changes they've made just within this series alone, and just ensuring that they have a way to participate in fights at all stages of the game. Like the other thing as well is the worst thing that you can do if you're not kind of like that TI level team, that major qualifying team, is to feel like after a loss that you have to make big changes. Sometimes you just need to make the small tweaks. So, for example, in this game, like I've already mentioned, for aggressive mode, I believe it's the carry pick. That one change will align themselves back with what they've been doing pretty well within this tournament. You don't have to be too crazy. And it's the big changes that also differentiate the tier one, tier two team. A tier one team, when they lose, they don't need to do too much to get back into the series. A tier two team, tier three team, they might go, oh, we can't pick this hero now, we can't do this and that, we got to suddenly pick Medusa, like they can panic. So yeah, I think aggressive mode, they're showing that they're disciplined and they understand how to play over a series. So yeah, this game overall looking pretty good, but this PL pick, whoo-wee, it's a scary one. Clockwork Ench, they hate playing against PL.
Yeah.
Mars doesn't mind it, kind of, but not really that fun. Underlord, though, there it is. Underlord, really good laner against PL. Indicates that this will most likely be a mid-Mars. So, yeah, aggressive mode having to react to this PL, showing that Cyber Legacy are somewhat in control of this draft due to the forced pick of the Underlord, not allowing aggressive mode to go down that path of picks they want. But that is the issue when you are
10 seconds
when you
remaining.
don't have the last pick in that second phase, you potentially can apply the pressure to Cyber Legacy. They were able to force the hand, and yeah, I think Cyber Legacy so far slightly ahead within this draft.
Yeah, certainly are. So, getting down to the final band now, and Cyber Legacy, they're going to get rid of the Meepo and aggressive mode. Got to get through that checklist. What could be left? What could be in here? Though I think it's probably... I feel like it's going to be Void Spirit mid.
It's going to be a Huskar mid.
Okay, fair enough.
If they don't ban it. It's going to be the Void Spirit offlane with a Huskar mid. Potentially. The issue there is you just don't have any stuns. So you really play off of just running at them. Maybe it's not so good, actually. Probably not, actually, yeah.
I think Cyber Legacy can actually decide still where they want this Void Spirit to go.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the beauty of picking it on second pick. You can decide at the very end of your draft where it's going to go.
So it really is Mars mid. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they could also put there's going to be Mars mid Underlord offlane. Still need to decide what active carry they want. Knowing aggressive mode, they do align themselves with Bloodseeker pretty well. Ricky's not too good, or he's already banned. Troll's already banned. Juggernaut's not good. Sven's in the pool, but way too clunky, I feel. So yeah, I think maybe a Bloodseeker pick coming out from aggressive mode. Again, just so they feel like they're in the comfort pick region and that they can just go right to the throats of Cyber Legacy. PL needs time to come online. It's hard to farm when you've got an Ench running at you, when you've got Underlord beating you in laning phase, and Bloodseeker just giving that extra little bit of something, especially with the lack of lockdown that they have on aggressive mode, relying on just the spear and maybe the hookshot of Clockwork, and then other than that, the roots. A nice rupture could do a lot of work to the Void Spirit to prevent him from just freely moving around the fights with his ultimate.
Yeah, true. I quite like that. I mean, we'll see. Aggressive mode, they'll ban out the OD. That's just a troll.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a we want to run at you and pressure you type lineup.
You pick the PL. Well, it is a good hero, we admit that, but at the same time, if we can give him a hard enough time in the lane with the Underlord, then we might just be able to run you over with his Lycan before you get a chance to be a hero. I like this idea from aggressive mode. This is interesting.
Yeah. So Void Spirit will now go. I would like to see Void Spirit just go mid, and you can pick a really tempo-setting offlaner to pressure this Lycan. You got the Shaman, big right clicker, wants to play behind a strong. Oh, there's the Huskar. Yes,
Wait, called it like 3 pick bans back. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And nice. That's going to round out the Cyber Legacy draft. So they will have Chappie on the Void offlane, and they'll have Palanthropos as their carry, and Pikachu on the Huskar. It works, it works in the same way as a tempo setting offlane would have. Just basically going to be that brick wall, which they'll have to get through if they want to actually push some towers. You got to clear out the bodyguard first, and that's going to be this Huskar. He should have a pretty good time in the middle lane against the Mars as well.
Oh, it's actually going to be the Lycan mid.
Oh.
Mars carry.
Oh.
So the concept behind this would be we might see the Lycan actually skip the waves behind the tower using the wolves just so he doesn't have to play into the wrath of the Huskar. Because of course, Lycan melee hero against Huskar never really bodes that well. Sure, Lycan has a nice little bit of regen, but not enough to kind of play against the Huskar. And yeah, the lanes from Cyber Legacy, Void Spirit can't really be left alone. PL can't really be left alone. So you're gonna see this Lycan potentially able just to freely skip behind the tower without too much punishment, unless there's some lane manipulation where the Void Spirit grabs his waves with maybe some boots or something, which then frees up the Shaman to come and rotate onto mid. We saw in the previous game, Lil loves to make moves on the map, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Shaman trying to enable this Huskar in some way if the Void Spirit gets a good start.
Absolutely. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 2 between Aggressive Mode and Cyber Legacy. And I think we favor Aggressive Mode's chances much more in this second game. But I think we have to look towards the playstyle. We got to look towards the players. Can they pull it out the bag in this second game? Because last game, they didn't really turn up. It's been a day of teams not turning up, very one-sided games, but hopefully we'll get to see Aggressive Mode playing the Dota we know they can into their previous captain, Lil, as well. I mean, that's got to present challenges of its own, right? Like, Lil's got to know these guys. He's played with them for about four months or so now, so...
Yeah, he's going to be very aware of what they want to be achieving. And don't forget, guys, this game, if Cyber Legacy can win this and get a 2-0, they have the chance to get out of automatic elimination. They can then play again to try and keep themselves in this league. And if Aggressive Mode can win, then they can control their own fate to maybe clinching their way to the land final. But they still have to win both this game and the next one. So
yeah, and they have to clean sweep
this
the next
game
one
is going to be
as well,
critical.
don't they? So... big stuff on the line for both teams here. Can they pull it off? It seems like a big ass gas last game, but at the same time, if you look at the rest of their performances throughout the tournament, we know Aggressive Mode have it in them to pull out some decent Dota here, so let's get into it. I'm going to start off the top with the Clockwork Desire, the stand-in. Didn't look so hot last game, has to be said. On the Rubik, didn't really get a whole lot done. Hopefully, we'll see a different kind of player this time around.
He's snoring you, mate.
Yeah. He doesn't appreciate my BM. Yeah, Plant Smells and Bignum coming forward. Oh yeah, shout out to Underlords in my pubs. Don't level Pit of Malice to get the bounty rune. Firstly, generally doesn't help.
What are you playing? What?
4K pubs, mate. It's not a good place. Dude, people do anything for a bounty rune, I'm telling you. Life doesn't matter. Living doesn't matter. If you get the bounty rune, everything is worth it. Skill build doesn't matter.
That sounds horrendous.
Oh yeah. You can dump all your regen just to get that bounty rune, but then you just there
never,
like...
please. Never.
Then what's equally frustrating is when the Underlord on the enemy team levels up Pit of Malice to go for the bounty rune, and they're like, dude, this guy's got Pit, let's jump him. And then your support's like, no. I'm just gonna take some XP and chill. Okay. Sorry, I'm letting my frustration.
I can
show.
sending the wolves mid. Hold on. Oh,
gets a courier. Cheeky,
Dialing.
naughty. Hello, sir. That is pretty
big
exciting.
fan. The Lycan safe lane sending his wolves all the way to mid just to try and get the courier kill
That's
to
insane.
offset the fact it's like Huskar v melee hero. Nice play coming out from the from Thug. Oh, Sunlight, sorry.
Sunlight, yeah.
Yep.
Credit where it's due, my friend. But yeah,
I
is the Mars
do, yeah.
mid is as expected. They just decided that Thug, he plays the Mars, so not the easiest of heroes to play if you've never really touched him before. Does take a bit of
expecting
skill.
the Lycan to be mid though, just to try and play off the fact he can maybe skip waves. But I guess if you just put the Mars there, then he can maybe soak a bit more, and you just secure your Lycan. Don't put him in a threat of having to play aggressive and quirky, because the Lycan's the hero you want to get that early item to apply the pressure. Cyber Legacy, sure they have Oracle Huskar, but how do they push out their waves? Barton going pretty low, but that's fine.
Trying to finish the job, finds a courier instead. Okay, alright. Small consolation prize, he'll take it.
Yeah, it's like, you don't really care too much.
Get the range grid. Oh, Sunlight finds it anyway. And Chappie coming forward for this one. Could be in some
so
trouble.
much damage.
Throws down, but unfortunately it's not enough. Chappie dies. The Remnant couldn't save the day. Only ended up latching onto a wolf anyway. Yeah. Aether Remnant seems like a pretty bad spell in this lane. I don't know why he's leveled it. maybe it might have helped set up for the kill into Spartan. I'm guessing that's why.
It's just
I
the
can't see
classic
11
offlane
anywhere.
build.
Yeah,
You're
but-
maxing your Q and your E, so you're maxing your Aether and your Resonant. It is just the meta standard.
Yeah,
Not wanting
but-
to break away from that.
Exactly, and that seems like an issue, but
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not a Void Spirit expert. But, you know, in a
It's
lane
all
where there's
about-
so many units just to absorb that stuff.
But you lose kill potential. As soon as you get 1 point into Disseminate, you're losing a lot of kill potential. The mana
Sure.
converted to damage is not really that worth it. And I think, especially with the Shaman, they always want to be able to pressure. The Ench is pretty squishy. So it's just being in the wrong position, the wrong time, not blocking this camp to prevent the creep was the big factor, not the skill build.
Okay. Meanwhile, Oracle getting kind of low up in the top lane from Skylark, able to get a couple of right clicks and Firestorm off onto Bignum here. Gotta always be careful of letting this Underlord get too close to you.
The clockwork rotation on bottom though, wrapping
looking for it.
behind both.
Desire,
Lil,
he's
Lil.
coming out. He's on top of Lil. He's got him inside the cogs. Lil trying to break you out, but I'm not sure there's any way out of this one. The right clicks are coming through. He's running them south, just trying to get them away from his teammate, but the impetus will find him, and Lil will die in the bottom lane. 2 kills now coming the way of aggressive mode in this laning phase. Much better start than the last game.
Yeah, for sure. And it's because you have this Underlord top, he completely opens up your position for being able to run around the map. PL doesn't do anything against the early portion of the game Underlord. So it's currently on fire middle, just accepting it's going to be pretty toasty in this lane and not doing that hot. But again, he's 8 for 2. He's against a Huskar. You can't expect much. Just get in the early levels and then play off the fact that he has levels to enable his Lycan, who needs to have a bit of control to get some damage out.
They're going on to Pikachu here. 3 heroes coming in, but there's going to be a 3-hero response from Cyber Legacy, so he needs to get his kill fast, but that might not be possible with the Inner Fire coming out from aggressive mode. And now, looking over towards Spartan and Desire, but Desire's going to throw down the cogs, bat off Lil, and that's going to put an end to the aggression in the middle lane. So far, so good. Meanwhile, Skylark plays a little with Plantimos. Plantimos 14 and 11, so plenty of denies actually on this PL. He's doing alright for himself up in this lane.
Yeah, so Underlord, he's opting to skip the waves into the small camp to maximize his farm, but in turn that means that when the creep wave does come through, PL can play on the tower, ensuring he can deny that extra creep. And I think if you look at bottom, there's kill potential from the skill build, the Hex, the Aether Remnant. Oh, one more right click.
Can he
There
find it?
Slap.
It comes through, he grabs it.
And when we look at that mid move, as they go to pressure the Huskar, they don't get the Huskar kill, but also both the side lanes of Radiant are pushing into Dire. So the independent offlaners of, or the laners, sorry, PL and Void Spirit were able to capitalize on the rotations made and just free farm. So aggressive mode really lacking the pressure within a 1 or 2 minute window. And that small window is the difference that is giving a slight edge to Cyber Legacy right now in terms of CS.
Yep, they are finding the tiny little microplays which push them ahead, and a nice Aether Remnant coming out on Sunlight, but Spartan is here to throw in a bit of damage. Chappie really struggling to finish the job there, but the final right click will come in, and Sunlight will go down, and Spartan will be unable to save his teammates. So Chappie, nicely done, staying in the opening, going for it, and getting the kill there. And that is why you go for the...
Oh, Mars also dying solo to Pikachu. As soon as you get their ultimate, jump on top of him, he's a dead man. But going back to the Void Spirit, we touched on this earlier, this is why the skill build is so strong and a prominent offlane build, because if they get out of position once, so much damage being pumped in.
Thank you. I shall reconsider your work.
It's rough. It's rough. One thing I like about Void Spirit's model, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this before, but when he's near enemies, he looks, you know, pretty cool, walking around with his staff out. But when he's away from enemies, he puts it behind his back and looks like a total baller, like he does on the draft screen. Meanwhile,
really?
Lil's able to catch Enchantress. Chappie getting
Nice body
closer as
block.
well, and yeah, they've got him. They've got the Astral Remnant if they need it, but they don't need it.
Gets level 5, so his courier survived.
Courier lives there. Was chasing down by wolves. Literally sheep's being fed to the wolves. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Bignum gets killed off by Desire, and Plantimos nearly going the same way as well. Going under the tower, Skylark is following. He's not done with this guy. Plantimos pinging, saying, Jesus, help me. There's an angry Underlord. He wants my body. Meanwhile, Pikachu, well, he comes diving on in, and Skylark will die for this one. A questionable dive.
That
Very
was wild,
questionable.
but doesn't even lose anything on the Huskar. Gets to kill, gets to run straight away back mid, and overall, I think Cyber Legacy doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah.
All right, I want to see the staff animation you spoke about.
Yeah, he needs to walk away from enemy heroes first.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on him, you know.
All right.
Every time we say something pretty boring, Desire always hits us with a snore. Is he listening?
Maybe he's got the stream on and somehow skipped the delay.
Damn.
He's still close to enemy units. Okay, well, you know. Well, so I'm sure we'll see him jungling later or something like that.
Sure.
Nonetheless, Thug and Lil meeting in the river. A romantic foray. We're on enemy teams. We can't meet like this, Thug. But I can't resist seeing you, Lil.
But I love you.
Our love, it's forbidden. How can something so right be so wrong? The Dota love story. I'm going to write that one day.
I'm sure you'll get at least 3 views.
Oh, great.
That's a lot of views, man.
So, yeah, can monetize that bad boy.
Yeah.
That's 3 ad watches.
Damn. Oh, no. 2 of them will have ad blocks. That's 1 ad watch.
Damn cheapskates. Well, Skylight very close to finishing off this top tier 1 tower. Should get there shortly, unless Parimatch has anything to say about it, which he has done so far. You know, it's an admirable job. Standing as the soldier he is. Defending its honor. Defending his team's honor.
No, I don't think you cared too much about this top tower going down on the side of Cyber Legacy. You understand that you don't have a good lane up here, but PL naturally wants to move to the jungle anyway. As long as you put some vision up here to cover the rotations in, then you can still play off your outpost and your tier 2 tower.
Things getting quite quiet. You know, 8 kills so far in 8 minutes, so definitely not a slow laning phase, but it was pretty explosive for the first 5 minutes as everyone was all over each other, but now things getting a bit
Look at
quieter.
Radiant. Collapsing 4 heroes onto mid lane, trying to maybe get a pick off, playing off the Helmet Dominator pickup on Lycan to use that first ultimate to secure both a kill and most likely this tower.
Well,
Lil
let's see
posturing
if
himself
they
underneath the
succeed.
ward, though.
They've seen Lil, they want him, but meanwhile Pikachu is going to be a tastier target, but immediately 2 TP is coming in. Thug throws down the arena. They will take down their previous captain and now look towards, well, what? I mean, there's 3 other heroes here from Cyber Legacy. I don't think they can get anything more than this, so unfortunately they will not be able to put pressure on the tier 1 tower in the middle lane, but they get something for it at the very least. Meanwhile, yeah, that's a long leap forward, but luckily Thug's got that spear to just send him flying back to his side of the river. Get back over there, you. We don't want you in on our side. Blemishing the green pastures
This
of
is
the
an
Radiant.
important move though, because think about the amount of moves just made just to kill Lil, whilst they also jump onto Sunlight bottom, all get the taunt off just in time.
Beautifully done. Sunlight, he's made short work off here. No way out of this one, to be honest. He's got no boots, so they'd have been able to run him down regardless there, but still a nice combination of spells to be able to finish off that Lycan.
Yeah, so the important thing here is, in all this time, this PL has been just catching up on farm. He's had the difficult lane. He's 1,000 gold behind Underlord if you look at the net worth, and you just need your PL to be able to match the farm of the Lycan, and then by the time Lycan is scary, you're going to have Man to defuse, or maybe even a Basher, and at that point, it doesn't matter if you've got some big wolf thing running at you, because this PL is going to rip through your backlines. No one else can deal with him. Like, Mars, Ench, Clock, they hate playing against PL.
And he's going to get the space, regardless. You know, it doesn't really matter how much pressure you put on right now. Pikachu is a huge monster. Most powerful hero in the game by a mile. And there's nothing Aggressive Mode can do about it. They can't change the Huskar's net worth. They can't change the Huskar pick to another hero. That would be useful, but no, it's not a thing. So, Pikachu's going to sit here. And he's going to be the brick wall, which we talked about before. The metaphorical wall, which they need to break through if they want to stand a chance of winning. Because otherwise, it's just going to hide the development of the Phantom Lancer. This analogy's getting too deep. Skylark, he's in some trouble. He jumps in on the bottom lane, trying to make something happen, and actually, they're going to throw down the false promise onto Pikachu. He's taking all the damage. They need to heal him, and he just about gets enough to heal, but now in comes the arena of blood, and they're going to take down 2 heroes immediately, and now follow up onto Chappie as well. Chappie trying to use it somewhere to get himself out of here, but they've seen him. They get him. Astral Step doesn't make a difference. He's going to get dropped, and now hookshot forwards. Desire, he gets 2 inside the cogs, but they're just going to turn around and murder him. Okay. You want a K? You want a K, Just? No, you're stuck in here with me. And Hexad onto Spartan as well. They are not done. Plantimos doesn't have an item yet. He's just got a Blade of Alacrity, but he is playing like he's got a full diffuser.
Yeah, as to say, like his early rotation for PL, he's
Lil?
giving it his all.
Lil, okay, yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got heals from Bigman now as well. He was just being chased by a particularly naughty tomato. A pair of wolves.
Or again, oh, it's so beautiful to see the evolution of Huskar players. He's actually going for a BKB first item. What a time to be alive.
Meanwhile, Pikachu might not be alive for that much longer as they're getting on top of him right now. Where is Yoricle? He's nearby but doesn't have an ultimate, so no chance of saving here. Pikachu goes down nonetheless. See you later.
Yeah, I'm just saying that his itemization looks good. Positioning, not so much.
And now hook shot forwards. Whoop, Spear as well. Going to throw Void Spirit around like a pack of meat as he's just being completely abused here. And that's a double kill for Sunlight. They've really dropped the ball here, it's Cyber Legacy, and that's the difference. When aggressive mode drop the ball, you know, they might lose a tower or something like that, but it feels like aggressive mode are going to get so much more out of the map if they get a victory, and they've already taken down a tier 1, looking to put themselves in the enemy jungle, completely try and take over all these areas of the map. But meanwhile, Phalanthmos has been spotted down at bottom. There's a lot of pings coming out his way. I'm wondering if they can make something happen here. They're certainly trying to. He doesn't have it. Where is it? He's just, and Thug seems to have timed it perfectly as he waits for the spear. Now Doppel will come out, and there's 2 on the cliff, 1 not, and now the heals come out from Bignum. Nice little jukes. Getting a bit lucky there, Phalanthmos.
Doppel up in 1.
Yep, should be able to get down this cliff here, and will be able just about to do so, but here comes a big bad wolf from Bignum. He's just absolutely disintegrated. Phalanthmos is going to go the same way as well as a Centaur Stomp, but a spear and a dead PL, and maybe even a dead Huskar as well. They've got the Atos out onto him, just keeping him rooted up, chaining the roots perfectly so Pikachu cannot move for a full 8-second duration, and now he gets finished off, and this game is tumbling out of control for Cyber Legacy. They have lost their cool.
Like, we enjoy watching. We saw them yesterday do this type of gameplay. They did, credit to them, it was off of Clockwork Shadow Fiend, but then the start of this day, they kind of petered off. But now we're back to seeing the heroes that we love seeing in aggressive mode. They want to play the lanes, have a strong start, and then this early aggression, just punishing poor positioning. Huskar out of position, dead. PL, doppelganging to farm Ancients, dead. Really good play from aggressive mode, and understanding that even though they're a game down, doesn't mean they're out of any series. They're going to keep trying to the very end.
Till the end, men. Till the end. Well.
Huzzah.
Multi-minutes in, Sunlight solo pushing this top tier 2. Zaya just sitting on this high ground, denying Cyber Legacy entrance to their own jungle.
Within a scan. The deny on the ward as well.
He's just flexing at this point. Meanwhile, Phalanthmos, he's finding a little bit down here in the bottom lane. I mean, with his Yasha finished up, he's got a decent farming potential.
Ooh. Have you seen the itemization on Lycan? Helmet Dominator and Drums going for the attack speed aura.
Wow.
And also the damage from the Dominator. So really ensuring that he's going to pump out a lot of creep-based damage in this game.
Yeah.
And the growth bow to give to his Enchantress. Oh, delightful.
Oh,
what a
one
time
of the best.
to be alive.
One of the best. What do you think? Enchantress or Viper for best growth bow carrier? Or do you have another entrant?
No, I was going to say they're probably up there, but Viper's more generic, right? I think Enchantress unlocks a bit more, but again, it's Viper. You can't ever discredit Viper's damage and the fact it's all magical, so probably Viper in that department.
Yeah, I guess the impetus is pure, so it's not going to get increased by the growth bow, right?
It's spell damage for growth bow, right? Or am I reading that wrong? Check. Magic resistance. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's mainly the attack range. Just be able to actually get them off, you know? Not the damage itself.
Yeah, so it won't increase the impetus at all. And now we know. That's something I actually hadn't considered when introducing that point, so definitely Viper.
It's more the... No. It's the
I know the range is
attack range, right? So, yeah. That's the
and
part
attack
why
speed.
Like, so, yeah.
Meanwhile, Roshan is falling in a matter of seconds, and that's going to be an Aegis going into... Ah, they don't want it.
No one. Okay, I'll take it.
Looks like, alright, fine, I guess. Seriously, I didn't know one want that. I swear the Lycan... Well, Lycan doesn't like it because it's...
Lycan's one of the worst Aegis carriers.
Yeah, along
Without
with
your
TV.
ultimate, you are a creep. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. Ooh, Ring of Aquila, though. You'll take that one every day of the week. That is a beautiful, beautiful item to pick up there. A little bit of armor for his little creepy boos. Meanwhile, Void Spirit, he is having a problem. Luckily, It's not good enough. Curses, shouts Skurlock as he's unable to finish off the kill.
But the PL, he opted for the Yasha first, which meant he wasn't ready to fight early with this Huskar timing, and he wanted to accelerate his own farm. So when he gets the Diffusal Blade, some of these fights might differ. Sure, Aggressive Mode has this early Roshan and early bit of pressure, but simply because Cyber Legacy, they don't have their key items to truly be aggressive. You see the smoke up now, they're trying to maybe get a pick off and exploit the fact that Aggressive Mode might be playing a little bit split, but I don't see it coming to anything useful. Simply because, again, Huskar doesn't have BKB and PL just doesn't have the Diffusal. So this is mainly a smoke just to get out on the map, get a deep ward, and then probably reset to a defensive position. Nothing more.
Now they run
Counter
forward.
smoke.
Aggressive mode.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're playing into them. Definitely not afraid to take a fight. That's for sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, any fight located in this dire side of the map for Radiant will be very beneficial.
Yeah.
Simply because if they win the fight, it can instantly transition to structural damage. If the Lycan can keep himself alive with with his arsenal of the zoo.
Yep. Or if most of his zoo stays alive as well.
Dire's
Middle tower has fallen,
radiant structures
and
are
the things just get harder and harder. Cyber Legacy. There was this, you know, they were doing fine is a weird thing, you know? Like, I think the net worth graph kind of explains this game beautifully, you know? Like, Cyber Legacy were doing absolutely fine, and then they had, like, this kind of 2-minute period where they just threw and fed incessantly, and then they tightened it up, but, you know, that damage has been done now, and aggressive mode, you know, they have this weakness, and they're just immediately trying to take advantage of it. Huskar doesn't feel as strong as he used to. In fact, he's a bit of a way off
Already
that
low HP.
BKB. Yeah, he has got an Oracle, remember, but yeah, doesn't feel good to walk in and immediately get absolutely booted like that.
See, the line is drawn. It's like, keep them in their
Oh,
base, guys.
Imclaw.
Do not let them get out.
Imclaw plus God's Rebuke, by the way, absolutely disgusting.
Big crit.
Absolutely disgusting, yeah.
Okay, so the BKB now picked up on the Huskar. This is a slight timing in which you can maybe force some aggression. Again, you got the Diffusal Blade on PL. So it's not like the cores of Cyber Legacy are lacking the items to be able to pump out damage. If you look at the net worth, it's still pretty close. Both position 1 and 2 are keeping up. It's just the execution, the positioning, and the fear factor of if we do take a bad fight, we will lose a lot of racks. But Cyber Legacy holding the high ground area, Bignum out of position, potentially dying straight away. Yep. Adios, good sir.
Yeah, that is
know,
a
not the
big
start you
600
wanted.
damage. God's Rebuke to finish the job. Meanwhile, Huskar being isolated, but they're focusing on the other heroes. They want to try and grab Chappie here. Chappie playing around with a Dissimulate, with the Astral Steps, but they're actually trying to bring down the Huskar here. The ultimate's going to come out and allow him to get off that BKB and try and turn this one around, but Bignum just gets eaten alive by Sunlight and his army. Pikachu turning around, fighting straight into the Mars here. Mars will lose his first life, but now they're picking out Pikachu. They know his age is about, this BKB is about to end, and the moment it does, they're on top of him, and Sunlight grabs the kill. Aggressive mode now up onto the high ground. They found the Void Spirit. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. Chappie's going to go down as well. 3 heroes dead on the side of Cyber Legacy. In aggressive mode, despite the snakes in the way, they'll be cleaned up in seconds, and they'll get started on the main course, which is these barracks. Tower falls. Barracks going to follow as well as Shadow. Oh no, the Shaman gets annihilated. Absolutely wrecked. Caught inside the root. Spear comes through as well, and he has just disappeared. And now onto bottom lane. They've taken the melee at mid. They want the melee at bottom. They might even... I don't imagine they go for more than this. The death time is still pretty short considering it's only 21 minutes into the game, but this draft is coming alive before our very eyes here.
Yeah, it's so hard to fight right now. Like, this PL, he doesn't really have any presence. He needs at least 2 more items, and again, I don't want to be on it too much, but multiple positioning errors coming up from Cyber Legacy. The bot tower fight where they lost 3 heroes, middle where the Huskar died. Like, if they were able to wait and delay a little bit longer and then force the aggression on the opposite side of the river, it's completely different. Aggressive mode can't really take buildings if they're fighting on their side of the river and then having to run across the map. It'll be very slow just to get there. But unfortunately, Cyber Legacy never in the position to really take any proactive fights. Therefore, playing into aggressive mode draft and really just putting the pressure on.
Indubitably. Interestingly, Lil's gone for the Aghanim Scepter. Not sure about that one. Very interesting.
Yeah, he's probably seen the Reddit plays, you know, where he solo pushes at barracks when they're not looking.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably seen that play on like repeat, and he's like, maybe I can make a Reddit play.
Yeah, but that's kind of tricky when you're playing into an entire army of Lycan units, which is going to tear apart those snakes in seconds. But
I'm not saying it's
you
good.
know,
I'm just saying.
I like he's keeping this
Like,
Tango as well in Sunlight. His lucky
think
Tango.
that- But realistically, his
Oh.
thought process is they shouldn't be in this position. So he started buying the Ags when they were in a decent spot, and then the game kind of crumbled, and he's already kind of committed to it. Like at this point, Glimmer doesn't really do much because of the Necro 3, 4 stuff. It's underwhelming. Like there's not a lot of like.
Zaya in some trouble, but he runs out of mana, and that means that the hits don't quite do as much. And that extra little bit of HP at the end there helps him get out to safety. It looked like he was going to go down, but the moment he ran out of mana, like the PO just stopped doing damage to him, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just going to run away."
Oh,
See ya.
I get to live today.
Very cool, Gaben. $11k gold advantage though for aggressive mode. This is scary. But you know, if they can weather the storm, this PL is the alpha carry in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Lycan as a hero, he rough start to the game, but then always picks it up with his early Dominator, Necro 3, always can apply pressure. And then he does fall off slowly, but the saving grace to Lycan is obviously he has his cooldown talent, he then picks up maybe a couple more aggressive items, and he can have a good late game in terms of like that rat style. The issue is PL, once he gets to Bissell, Butterfly, Manta, Diffusal, these items, then you pretty much have no kill potential on the hero. So I think if Cyber Legacy can at least stem the bleeding, I know they're a Rax and a half down, but if they can maybe hold on to a Rax, maybe get a critical high ground defense, then potentially the PL can do something. But I'm pretty skeptical because if I look at his quick buy, he's very much on the way to trying to buy the Vanguard and is nowhere near any new item.
Yeah. You should see
Roshan potentially responding within the next 5 seconds. If aggressive mode are lucky, it'll go straight away. If not, then... And...
I was going to make the point that PLs usually go Basher over Vanguard, but actually... going to be in some trouble. They've got the roots down. They're going to be able to keep him root down for the full duration. Hookshot comes through as well. Complete control. Complete domination. The PL sent to the grave for 50 seconds, and Pikachu needs to run the Skylark. He's flying in here, but won't be able to connect with that Eul Scepter. Doesn't really care too much about the Huskar, though. They're pushed in through mid. Now they're going to start doing some damage to his high ground tower. Skylark with that Atrophy Aura still lingering on him. Can get some serious right click stuff on him, along with Thug with the double damage. Look at these guys go. The two boys just beefing on that tower. Fortification will be forced out. Creeps at the middle lane. These are the guys which are allowing this push to take place. They have to do something about them, but they're not. They're focusing on the heroes instead. And now, well, Shapeshift being used. They're going to go straight in onto Pikachu. Pikachu, though, popping the BKB, turning around. False Promise used onto him as well, but Lycan trying to jump the backlines, but Lil has him locked down. But is it enough? Not really. Lil's still going to get dropped by the army of Sunlight. Sunlight runs himself away. Palantimos buying back for this one. That's what they wanted, and their aggressive mode do get themselves out, and they even get themselves a kill in the process. So pretty damn good for aggressive mode. Still keeping it nice and tight. Yes, they might not have broken high ground, but they didn't expect this thing. They got a buyback, and they got a cheeky kill onto Lil as well in the process.
Yeah, this PL doesn't really have a game at this point. He's Manta Diffusal, nowhere even near the Basher or anything. Like, he's going Vanguard first just to be a little bit tankier, because even if he has the Basher, he can't participate in the fights, and it's looking pretty rough. It's kind of getting close to the point where BKB Basher is probably better option, but again, that's still nearly 7k's gold worth of items, and he's on 1k right now, so that's 6k gold that you need to find within the next 3 minutes, if that, because aggressive mode taking the Roshan, moving aggressively back across the map, and they're gonna want to take this final lane of Rax and really seal the deal. I don't see what's stopping them. Like, there's no wave clear on Cyber Legacy. Like, their entire draft was built around the tempo Huskar sets, allows for the PL to find farm, and then when PL gets to his items, that's when they can move together as a team. But on the back foot, they have no way to defend towers, they have no way to find pickoffs. So their ability to play the game slowly decays as their inability to find items continues.
Immediately jumping in, they've got the hook shot forward onto Lil on the backlines. Can they take him down in time? Well, no, because the inner fire is actually going to push him out. They're trying to control up the clockwork, and they will be able to do that. But Lil does eventually go down. Pikachu's going to follow, Big Nim to follow shortly afterwards as well. They are just dropping like absolute flies. Chappie will die at the very least. They get Desire, but Mars just fighting up, and look at him. He just tanks Pikachu's right clicks. He doesn't care remotely about this Huskar, who buys back into this one. He will eventually die off to the flames, to the magic damage, but the Mars on the high ground gonna respawn. They're gonna cover him in Serpent Wards. These guys are gonna be doing a lot of damage. The Aghanim Serpent Ward, but meanwhile, from the low ground, they don't manage to get him though. They're managing to take down Thug anyway, but Pikachu did die for this. They managed to get the damage off. So there's a dieback on the Huskar.
To be fair.
Yeah,
nice,
pushed him out. It was needed.
Nice try on the Lord. Boop.
They still playing around here. They didn't actually TP that far away, and Skylark's able to jump. And look at the damage! Holy that is a lot of damage. 500 damage on this Underlord right now. He is not playing around. Okay, I don't think Chappie saw that one coming, and I don't really blame him.
No, you always expect the TP to be all the way to base, but yeah, the quick reset, and then just boom, straight back in. Beautiful kills, very fluid, and yeah, aggressive mode, showing that they can execute even after a rough start.
High ground once again, Clockwork looking for that hook shot. It's now off cooldown. Can no longer reach Big Nim, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're just going to call it. Everyone's just getting absolutely torn apart. There is no chance left. There is no game to be had here. Cyber Legacy, they throw in the towel, and we are going to a game 3 for the final series of the day. Aggressive mode. They will strike back.
Keeping their tournament lives on the line. They got to win this next game. Be able to even control if they can get to LAN or not. Like, they're not out yet, but Cyber Legacy, unfortunately, I believe this is going to be them confirmed in the relegation. There is no way that they can obtain enough points to get out of 7th and 8th. Therefore, they are gone. So this next game, they might just be like, whatever. We don't care. We're just going to pick anything. So we might get a really fun game because of Cyber Legacy not really caring too much about the result, knowing they're already eliminated.
Possibly, but aggressive mode really need the win as well. And, you know,
I don't think Lils going to give away a free win, but we might see a more relaxed, enjoyable draft than a having to win. But we'll see. I think most teams normally play to win. I'm not going to. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's not speculate.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Let's see what happens. All right, game number 3 coming up very shortly, and we'll see if Cyber Legacy can secure their way to the LAN. We're going to be back very shortly. My name's been Nomad. He's been TeaGuvnor. This is the Parimatch League Season 2. Hope you're enjoying the cast. If you are, let us know, and we'll see you very shortly for the final match of the day.